Well, good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me today on Zoom. Today is the second year we celebrate the President's Award for Excellence. The second year we celebrate virtually, and we're excited to be able to invite the entire university to join us through a live stream. While we aren't in the room together, we're still connected. So again, welcome everyone. I'm very pleased to introduce the President of Virginia Tech, Tim Sands.
Thank you, Brian. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you, your family, friends, and colleagues are staying healthy. This past year has brought many challenges. Today, we can look forward with real hope and an expectation that our next normal is on the horizon. We can also look back and see how individuals like you met these challenges with determination, creativity, and true dedication to the mission and spirit of Virginia Tech. You did more than maintain the status quo. You kept us moving forward, protecting the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff, and supported our outreach to serve our communities. Each year, we recognize exceptional individuals among our staff and administrative and professional faculty for their commitment to excellence and outstanding service to the university with the President's Award. Typically, 5 individuals are selected to receive the award each year. This year, because of the outstanding work of so many in response to COVID-19, we have expanded the number of awards to 7. Nominations for the President's Award are accepted from members of the campus community, including immediate supervisors, department heads, or colleagues with knowledge of the employee's outstanding performance. This year, we were pleased to receive 33 nominations of individuals who have provided a collective 415 years of service to the university. I want to thank all of our nominees for their outstanding work and accomplishments. I'd also like to thank everyone who took the time to submit a nomination for the President's Award. It's important to support and reward outstanding work, especially this year. I hope all of those who submitted nominations are able to join us and participate through our live stream today. And thank you to the Award Selection Committee, which has the most difficult job of all, selecting the winners from a pool of so many outstanding candidates. At this time, Bryan Garey will recognize each nominee.
Well, thank you again, President Sands. It's an honor to be part of this important event. We appreciate sincerely the dedicated efforts of every Virginia Tech employee, the important role that our staff and administrative professional faculty play in their spirit of utprosum has been abundantly evident over this last year. And today we will recognize those whose dedication goes above and beyond. As I call your name, please give us a wave or some kind of reaction using your Zoom controls so that our streaming audience can see you. Jared Alls, Quality Control Assistant and Pest Control Specialist in the Division of Campus Planning, Infrastructure, and Facilities. Kenneth Belcher, Director for Facilities and Operations in the Division of Student Affairs. Gregory Canaday, Associate Director for Facilities Housekeeping and Grounds and Facility Services. Megan Coulter, Assistant Registrar, Systems Innovations and Classroom Scheduling in the Office of the University Registrar. Miriam Juliet Dodras, Occupational Health Nurse in Environmental Health and Safety. Amanda Egan, Assistant Director for Housing and Residence Life. Daniel Eanes, Electronic Technician in the Department of Biochemistry. Amy Epperly, Director of Hokie Wellness. Brandon Epperly, Facilities Coordinator in the Division of Human Resources. Douglas Epps, Mail Services Manager in the Campus Mail Center. Penny Falk, Senior Accountant in the Office of the University Controller. Robert French, Housekeeping Operations Coordinator in the Facilities Housekeeping Department. Justin Hurt, Quality Control Manager and Floor Care Manager in the Division of Campus Planning, Infrastructure, and Facilities. Brenda Husser, Office Manager and Academic Advisor in the Department of Sociology. Robin Hypes, Timetable and Scheduling Coordinator in the Office of the University Registrar. Laura Lehman, Environmental Agricultural Research Manager in the Department of Biological Systems Engineering. Christine Luketic, Director of HR Analytics and Reporting in the Division of Human Resources. Bruce Lighton, Senior Manager for Electrical, Mechanical, and Preventative Maintenance in the Division of Campus Planning, Infrastructure, and Facilities. Samantha Madhu, Assistant Director for Business Operations and Compliance in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. Andrew Marinick, Assistant Director in Emergency Management. Nancy Nolan, Enrollment Services Assistant in the School of Education. Keith Nunn, Project Manager in Academic Resources Management. Jason Pierman, ICM Manager in Facilities Engineering Operations. Stacy Portner, HR Systems Administration and Training Analyst in the Division of Human Resources. Ashley Roberts, Assistant Director for Events and Marketing in Career and Professional Development. Philip Robertson, Operations Manager for the Power Plant. Jacqueline Renee Ryan, Assistant Director of Student Affairs and Administration for the Myers-Lawson School of Construction. Amanda Sandridge, Undergraduate Academic Career Advisor in the Department of Biomedical Engineering and Mechanics. Robert Santola, Housekeeping Manager in Facilities Operations. Veronica von Monfrance, Associate Director in Translational Biology, Medicine, and Health Graduate Program. Susan Volkmar, Director of Finance and Operations in the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Brian Wiersma, Pilot Plant Manager in the Department of Food Sciences and Technology. Melissa Williams, Business and Operations Manager in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Let's give all of these nominees a round of applause, congratulations, and thank you for your tremendous effort, your service to Virginia Tech. I'll now turn the ceremony back over to President Sands to announce this year's award winners.
Thanks, Brian. It's now my great pleasure to announce the 7 recipients of the 2021 President's Awards for Excellence. The first recipient is Jared Alls.
Jared is a quality control assistant for the Division of Campus Planning, Infrastructure, and Facilities. Our aspirational standards to maintain the overall sense of place for the Virginia Tech community, kind of as an experience, as a whole experience, much like a theme park, like a Disney World type setting, requires really enhanced focus on several specific things, such as their waste management, our housekeeping services, just making sure that our service delivery is up to those standards. In March 2020, he was integral in our overall response effort. One of the main ways that Jared helped us was that he and his team worked through several iterations of our hand hygiene program, working closely with the Division of Safety and Security, our own internal housekeeping and grounds teams, and units like Hokie Wellness, to bring everybody together to ensure that we had some new hand sanitizers deployed around campus. We were installing 1,000 to 2,000 in the different buildings. If anyone on campus has used a hand sanitizer, it's most likely that Jared knew where it was going, why it was there, and installed it himself. There is a Leonardo da Vinci quote that I think about when I think of Jared. Kind of goes along the lines of some people get involved in things and things happen around them. But in order to be successful, you have to go out and happen to things. I think that's certainly the case with Jared. He goes out and happens to the campus, and he has brought a level of expertise and really focus into our quality control program, both on the housekeeping and ground sides, that really has changed the dynamic and revolutionized the way that we can provide services. He was the first person to hold this role, and we couldn't have imagined a better person to really take that on head on and roll that out in the right way.
Congratulations, Jared. The next recipient is Miriam Juliet Dodras.
Juliet is currently employed as the occupational health nurse within the Environmental Health and Safety Office here at Virginia Tech. She oversees Virginia Tech's occupational health clinic, which essentially provides medical evaluations and other medical services to over 3,000 Virginia Tech employees. What really strikes me about Juliet and her willingness to step up to the plate is, yes, her role did change, but it's a change that she actually sought. It was something that she wanted to do. She didn't necessarily have to do it, but she wanted to do it. She became Virginia Tech's first COVID case manager, and she is the lead case manager today. She contacted every single person who contracted COVID-19 here on campus, and has personally handled over 500 cases involving Virginia Tech employees, grad students, and undergrad student employees. She also worked very hard with supervisors and with the departments. She developed a guide for supervisors to understand what to do when they had an employee who contracted COVID-19. She has since hired over 11 additional case managers and has trained all of those people to do this valuable work. To have somebody like Juliet, who cares so deeply for people, to call them every day, to check on them numerous times a day, to make sure they were doing okay, to make sure that they had the support services and the things that they needed in order to get through quarantine and get through isolation and to get healthy again, as well as dealing with supervisors and with departments who also experience anxiety when they learn a fellow employee may have contracted COVID-19. Juliet's willingness to step up to the plate and to do these things personally, I think she truly embodies Virginia Tech's motto, "Ut prusum, that I may serve." Juliet rocks. She's a rock star in my book. If I were sick, I'd want her on my team.
Congratulations, Juliet. Thanks.
Thank you.
The next recipient is Amy Epperly.
Amy's the director of Hokie Wellness. She is responsible for the health and well-being of our entire campus, supporting both students, faculty, and staff. She had been in the role several months. She'd certainly been part of Hokie Wellness for a while, but taking on new responsibilities. And in those new responsibilities came COVID, and Amy rose to the occasion. Amy's been involved in everything related to COVID, quietly leading the way and being part of teams as well as providing leadership. Some examples include the testing effort, vaccination outreach. Amy's been involved in creating online wellness, mental health seminars for our faculty and staff and students. Amy's been involved in supporting the students who've been in isolation and quarantine. Having Hokie Wellness, period, is a great gift to the university. What Amy has brought to that already terrific organization is a heightened level of service. And that service has always been there, but Amy truly lives ut prosum. She believes that if there's an opportunity to serve, she personally will lean into it. And so she and her team have really just said yes to opportunities where others may back away, whether it's testing, vaccinations, student support, training and development, counseling. Amy and her team have just quietly been an anchor, foundation of support for our faculty and staff and students during a really, really tough time. She's a Hokie in all ways and really a role model for what is best about Virginia Tech.
Thank you, Amy. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The next recipient is Brenda Husser.
She's really the brains and the heart of our department. She's everything. She's the person that all the faculty and all the students go to all the time with whatever problems we have, whatever questions we have, sometimes just because we need a friendly ear or some support in the middle of the day. So many times students are saying, I wouldn't have made it without you. And to have someone who loves doing that, take that role during academic advising time, just kind of like peeking into her office sometimes if I have something, and just seeing her sitting one-on-one with a student, and just that moment, and you can see that energy and that care, and there's really something special that's happening when I peek in and I just see her meeting with someone, in the way that she's patiently and gracefully working with them to get their things in order for them to be successful here. Every year I can remember, the students give Brenda a standing ovation during the commencement ceremony. Virginia Tech is so much of her life, and she has brought so much to our community and to our students.
Well, thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Next recipient is Robin Hypes.
Robin Hypes is one of two timetable coordinators in the registrar's office. And over this past year with COVID-19, we have had to rework the fall schedule and then the spring schedule. And without Robin's support and instruction and training with the new teaching modalities, working on assigning new classrooms to accommodate the new social distancing requirements, it was overwhelming and would have been impossible. We would change things, and often we would change them again, because as professors and the university realized what was going on, people would start out thinking, okay, it'll be fine, and then realized it wouldn't be, and change to teaching online. Or wish to teach in person, but then you had caps for classrooms. Robin was one of two people doing that for every department on campus that teaches a class, for every class. It was thousands, probably tens of thousands of changes that were done during May, June, July. I wanted to say that her support has meant so much over this past year. Redoing the timetable was overwhelming, and her constant support, answering questions, allowing us to ask questions and helping us figure things out meant so much. She richly deserves this award. She exemplifies the UPRO's motto, and I'm glad that she is being recognized for the President's Award for Excellence.
Thank you, Robin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The next recipient is Nancy Nolan.
She is the go-to person for any kinds of questions about how to manage things in their academic program, how to get things done, how to get people to sign, all those aspects that are just kind of can be frustrating in the process of completing a graduate degree. She also works with faculty in the same kind of role, helping and supporting them. So she has a multifaceted job that requires a lot of different strengths, all of which she has. As you can imagine, in the process of admission and change of this and getting things done on time, sometimes things go wrong, and a student might just sort of call in panic. The biggest fear, of course, is I'm not going to be able to graduate on time, or something that's really kind of drastic. And she's able to manage and calm that down. She keeps in touch with them so that there's that initial sort of calm of somebody else has got this, but then there's also this consistency of they really do have this, and she really is working for me on this side. So that's really helpful to both the students and the faculty.
Well, congratulations, Nancy. I think we still have Robin's image up there, but we'll convey our congratulations to Nancy as soon as we can connect with her. Next, the next recipient is Keith Nunn.
Keith Nunn has worked as a project manager in the provost office for 5 years. And as a project manager, he is very instrumental in making sure that things happen on time and on budget. That includes moving people around within the provost office, finding swing space for people who are displaced by construction projects. And we do projects that improve the student experience in terms of classrooms and class labs. So we're constantly making improvements to those environments. And Keith manages those projects. And last year, he played a very instrumental role in the COVID response. We had to reduce classroom occupancy and create 6 feet of space between students. That meant that we had to remove approximately 75% of all the student stations in classrooms and class labs and other student work areas like the library and the atria on campus. Keith was very instrumental in planning to move all that furniture and then implementing the move. Once the move began, we only had less than 3 weeks to get 10,000 pieces of furniture moved. And it was a huge endeavor. It took a lot of planning, a lot of careful planning, and then a lot of hard work once the actual move began. And even in preparation for the move, all the furniture had to be spaced out and labeled with the building and room number so that it could be returned to the proper place. So it was a huge endeavor, and I don't think we could have done it without Keith's leadership and coordination.
Well, thank you, Keith. Congratulations. You know, we've awarded more President's Awards this year than in any other year since former President James McComas established the award. It's a reflection of the incredible work and accomplishments of this past year. And I have to say, in seeing each of these videos, it reminded me of how much has been accomplished this year to support our community. Every one of those videos, I personally knew the impact of the work, but I hadn't heard the backstory. And so I appreciate the videos that were put together. And I'd like to thank our 7 President's Award winners. Please join me in thanking them. What an incredible contribution to the university. And let me just say, that goes for all of our nominees, and I'm certain hundreds of others who have made contributions, but these 7 have really had a special impact on Virginia Tech. So thank you. And so I'll lead the applause, and you can post your reaction or applaud along with me. Following the ceremony, and this is important, each award winner will receive a $2,000 pre-tax award and a plaque in the mail. We will also recognize our winners and all nominees in an article that will be published in tomorrow's VT News Daily email. I want to thank everyone who participated and the teams that came together to make today's event happen: the President's Office, Human Resources, University Relations, and Business Management Systems. I would also like to ask our award winners to remain on Zoom for a few minutes so we can take some photos of you, and you'll get instructions in just a moment. This concludes this year's ceremony. Thank you again. Have a great afternoon and be safe.